Donna from Wake Forest. When I first started on keto, I had bad stomach cramps and constipation. Can this be avoided? Yes. Yes. So usually the stomach cramps and constipation go together because your bowel's trying to move everything through, and it's hard as a rock and doesn't want to move through, and this causes the cramps, right?
Yeah.
So, what's your advice, Michelle? I mean, we deal with this question all the time.
Yeah. So with any dietary change, I will say there's usually going to be some change to your gut. Okay. So it's not just keto specific. You change what you're eating, how much of it you're eating, how regularly you're eating it, your gut is going to have a change. Sometimes it's not a change that we really like. And constipation is a really, really common one that we see. Now with a ketogenic diet, as we've talked before, it is so great for so many things. It does lower blood pressure and blood volume, and partially is because the kidneys release salt and magnesium and potassium, all things super important to healthy bowel function and movement. The sodium and the magnesium is what I would focus on in particular. Yes. So I'd make sure you're getting plenty of sodium. And I'm not talking about, processed food with sodium in it, or the kind of sodium we get after eating Chinese food and our hands are swollen the next day. I'm talking about making sure you're adding like pink salt and sea salt to your foods, eating things like olives and pickles and cheese, which are naturally salty. This is going to allow water to follow the sodium into your bowel and make sure that it's soft and it moves through. And then magnesium is a mineral that we recommend all the time. Yes. We sell it in the office. Magnesium citrate is a form we recommend quite frequently because it is one of the superior magnesiums when it comes to moving things through the GI tract. So we're avoiding things like constipation. And that's really where I focus my attention with constipation. Magnesium, sodium. How about you?
Well, I do also really advocate that. There's some other things, I'm getting gray in the beard. I'm getting a little bit older, and I was trained by people who now are retired. Yeah, they're like 80 something years. And so when you talk to those, they practiced medicine in an era where it was where we didn't have all the things we had today, right? And so one of the things I was taught that still remains, I think, really true is just the concept of any of these things, whether it's medications or diet, your stool gets hard. Okay, hard as a brick. And so Michelle's talked about the idea of low carb diet. You get into ketosis, water goes from your kidneys. It follows the ketones that are being excreted along with sodium and magnesium, and dehydration, relative dehydration is a problem. You should drink 100 ounces of water a day. Once you pour it down your mouth, you have to hydrate your gut. Okay. Second thing, I like the magnesium. Magnesium will draw water into your bowel. Okay. And cause the bowel to contract, unlike the sodium. Okay. So I have just like some magnesium citrate or milk of magnesia, which is magnesium hydroxide, and you take that in the evening with a very big glass of water, like the 4 tablespoon size thing medicine cup on top of it. Okay, and you just do it every night with 16 to 20 ounces of water. This will really, really help. Okay, there's a couple other things you can do. You can take a stool softener. Okay, that helps. You just be consistent about this. And from my grandmother and grandfather's era, they still sell it in the store. It's like $1.50 a bottle. But over there next to all that stuff I just mentioned is mineral oil. You don't absorb mineral oil. Think it's just lubricant. Yeah, you take a couple tablespoons at night, and it's just going to grease up your bowel. And so anything that's in there moves a lot easier. So those are kind of, just things you can do because some people tend to get constipated more than others. That's the other thing. Some people go all the time, 2-3 times a day. I'm like, whoa. And then other people, their normal pattern is I go once every 3 days. And then you go on a ketogenic diet. Now you're only going once a week. You need to be doing some of these things, right?
And doing them
cheap
consistently.
And easy and safe. And when you quit doing them, you don't have to rebound constipation.
Right. So make sure too with the magazine, you're doing it every night. A lot of people wait until they've gone 4 or 5 days, they're uncomfortable, and then they want to take all the things. You really want to be doing these things on a regular basis to prevent the constipation once it's solved.
Okay. So Elena's got a question about fruit. She likes fruit.